nicely done from Vela, and there it is! Well, you always remember your first. It's liftoff for LAFC, and it's Diego Rossi who's provided it.
Diego! Yes!
Diego Rossi, Diego Rossi, Diego Rossi!
Diego Rossi with a brace!
I love Uruguay, I gotta tell you. It's a magical country. Rossi drags into the area, shot, goal! Diego Rossi has done it! And LAFC has regained the lead, 3-2.
Rossi going for the shot! Goal! Goal! LAFC take the lead!
The dagger is applied by Diego Rossi.
Rossi buries the penalty in the 13th minute. Diego Rossi with a hat.
Rossi has 4 and his team have half a dozen.
The leading goal scorer of the 2020 MLS season. His name is Diego Rossi.
Diego Rossi!
Well, there it is, and that's a fitting start to our show. I think we echo all fans in saying thank you, Diego Rossi, for what you meant to the black and gold. Hello, everyone. This is the latest episode of the 110 Football Show in partnership with Adidas. Of course, I'm Vince LaRosa, and hosting with me is the one and only Max Bretos.
One and only.
Max, we're going to talk more about the ramifications of Diego Rossi's move and what it means going forward for LAFC. But in all your years of covering this league, how huge was the past week for MLS and for LAFC?
All my years, you know, I've seen it done. Yeah. I'm old, Vince, but I've seen a lot. And
tell us why, Sage.
We went into this week, we didn't know what to expect. They had to shoehorn the All-Star game in there by necessity. There is no break. LAFC didn't have a lot of momentum. And now they had to get ready for this Galaxy game, but it could have gone a little better, but it still went pretty well. Starting with the Galaxy game, it was tremendous. It's already added into one of the big chapters of this rivalry through the years. A 4 o'clock kickoff Pacific time. It was incredible in there. And then going back to the All-Star game, it was good. You saw the helicopters, you saw the violinists, everyone was there having a good time, all the pageantry, all the Mexican jerseys. And Bob Bradley, who coached it, and he wouldn't say this. He goes, I saw an intensity to this game that we haven't seen in years past.
He would not lie about intensity.
He would not let that escape his lips, but it was. And MLS victorious, which was pretty cool.
Good spectacle for the league.
But by far, and I don't want to bury the lead, the crown jewel of last week was the Clásico between LAFC and the Galaxy. There's a lot to cover in this one, so let's have a look.
All right, Max, here we go. LAFC in black and gold. They're in white. I like that they wear traditional colors whether they play home or away.
Back in black!
Love it.
And this was here. I'd not gotten to the stadium yet because I was doing the pregame show, but then I missed this.
Well, then you're in for a surprise because that should have been a stone cold penalty.
Oh.
Hits him twice.
Double ankle tap. That's a penalty.
They didn't even spend much time.
Did not review it.
Did not review it either.
Okay.
It went from bad to worse.
That was Jesus Murillo. You got to do better with that.
In a rivalry match, you have to be sharp in your movements. You can't be messing around.
Then the penalty did come. This was pretty clear as day.
Thank goodness, because LAFC that was their first shot on goal. This penalty was their first shot on goal.
Ooh, Nervy. Again, Diego Rossi gift. You know what, Max? You didn't get to call this game, so I want the full Bretos on this one. Let's go.
Okay, here we go. Brian Rodriguez, ages 18. He's cutting through the slalom gates. He hasn't hit any of it. Back at the net! Just like Alberto Tomba la Bomba. Brian Rodriguez, Rayito. Que golazo! That felt good.
I don't even know what to add to that.
I didn't even know what I just said.
That was great. Did you black out for a second?
I was trying to go for a skiing reference because that's what it looks like he's doing.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. I don't want to call that one.
It's passive defending. Again, rivalry matches, you've got to be sharp and you've got to make plays. And we can't
Great
defend
response,
crosses.
though.
Well, we're going to talk about how important this was for Brian Rodriguez later. This is big for his development.
Look how happy his teammates are for him.
They're gonna hurt him.
That's fantastic to see. That's something to take away. And then this is just unacceptable. Look at all those black jerseys, and none of them had a body on Kevin Cabral.
There is no reason for 4 guys to dip into the 6-yard box. It actually makes it harder for Tomas Romero to do that. So
disappointing. Oh boy.
Here's the standings. Still not on that page 1. Not going to be there for a little while, but it's tight.
Yeah.
Max, you had a pretty good feeling. You said you didn't feel good leaving the stadium. You felt better waking up, but now that you see the standings, how are you feeling?
I see very finely tuned between 5th place through 11th. And as we've talked about prior to this, Vince, if you can get a couple wins under your belt, which LAFC can, they will see themselves skyrocket.
Friday's going to be tough, but it's a big one.
Yeah, they can do it, though. They can do it.
Max, as promised, we're going to head downstairs to put some more context around the match and the Diego Rossi move. But for now, the floor is yours, Uncle Jay. Tell everyone what's coming up on the show.
You know, I'm going to miss the homie Diego Rossi. He's definitely a black and gold Hall of Famer and a true class act. So, thank you, Diego. Max and Vince are going to attempt to soothe our broken hearts with a discussion on why transferring him right now was the right move. And afterwards, they are going to give away last week's Player to Watch prize and getting us ready for Friday's match against SKC with their picks this week. Plus, Eli's serving up a hot take on why USA is numero uno when it comes to goalkeepers. I think Memo might disagree with that one. But first, Max and Vince, or Minx, as I like to call them, starting right now, are at the touchscreen to talk about Rayito and his lightning strikes against the Galaxy.
110 Football, in partnership with Adidas.
2 major talking points from the instant Clásico between LAFC and the Galaxy this past weekend were Brian Rodriguez and LAFC's inability to hold late leads. Vince, you're going to talk about the former, but anything quickly on dropping points late?
LAFC is a little bit too passive in their defending. Sometimes you need a guy to just make a play, clear a ball. And the other one is we cannot defend crosses to save our lives. I'm not quite sure how to fix those. So,
by the way, do you know what they call a defense that hates crosses?
What?
The vampire defense. They hate crosses. Never mind.
Just walk off the set after that. No, let's talk about Brian Rodriguez. You can stay so we talk about Brian Rodriguez, but let's go to that first goal.
Let's do it.
You don't break this
in
down.
slow-mo.
You don't break this down. This is just incredible. The presence of mind. But Max, you pointed something out really great to me. When Bond goes to his knees,
he knows to go upstairs. Things are happening very quickly in your mind, and you're absorbing all the info.
That is, the game is slowing down, and you're really envisioning what you got to go. But I want to talk about the second goal, because I thought the second goal was actually kind of better for his development. And this is his heat map. Look at this. Check this out, Max. What I've been on Brian Rodriguez a lot is for not being in these areas.
Right.
Soccer's a simple game, man. The more times you're in the box,
get in the box,
the more times you have chances to score. So let's actually just go to a play here. This is a moment where it looks somewhat innocuous. They're kind of in the right spaces and they have build-up. I'm going to stop it right here, though. Obviously, we got Brian.
I love how everyone's moving up.
Everyone's moving up.
And they've got a lane.
Well, something's on. So there's a lot of space here. And what I like about Brian, and we've got him name chipped, he's right here. I like that he's already looking to motor into the box. Again, hasn't spent enough time in the box, because usually what he would do is probably come down here and say, Cheeky, play it to my feet. Let me dribble by the guy. Not this time. So he allows Cheeky that space. The shot happens. I love that he stays alive here. He stays alive, he finishes. That goal, not as sexy, not a highlight reel, but for his development, is big for Brian
Rodriguez. It was a beautiful goal, because Brian, Latif, Chicha, all within anywhere of a deflected pass. And they were able to do it.
He fought his natural tendency to just try to get on the ball and dribble everyone and said, there's other ways I can score.
Now he knows there's results at the other end.
Yep.
That's very nice, Vince. Thank you very much. Brian Rodriguez is turning it up all the way up, all the way up. All the way up to 11. Dated reference. Just the right time as LAFC says goodbye to another talented Uruguayan attacker. It's going to be tough not to be able to call his goals anymore, you know?
But can you sing the song?
I can't. Oh, Diego Rossi. Diego Rossi, he scored the first goal. He scored the last goal. He scored the first goal. He scored the next goal.
I know. It's here.
I won't be able to do that. I had it copyrighted as well.
No, you didn't.
Let's see what fans are saying as LAFC's number 9 departs to Fenerbahce.
It is Diego Rossi, last year's leading scorer in MLS. First goal of this year. Pass it to the far side. Rossi let it fly. Diego Rossi, what a hit.
Hey, nicely done from Vela. And there it is. Well, you always remember your first. It's liftoff for LAFC, and it's Diego Rossi who's provided it.
We just saw what you guys were feeling after Rossi's move was announced, and now we want to take this opportunity to help fans understand why a pivotal player like Diego is moving and how that's actually part of the plan for LAFC. But first, let's talk about the player's next steps. Max, is this the right move for Diego?
Pretty good move when you think about Diego wanting to go to Europe. Maybe people don't know enough about the Turkish league, but there's like the big names. There's Galatasaray, Besiktas, Fenerbahce.
And Fenerbahce.
Right, Fenerbahce's got great basketball too, very successful. So this is a big sporting program. You're in the capital there, lots of money. I think of Fernando Muslera, fellow Uruguayan who went there, I don't know, like 12 years ago. He's made a ton of money.
They do have cash.
They do have cash, so he could do that. Fenerbahce haven't done well recently, but they could get into the Champions League. I won't be surprised with that. He's going to be part of that project, and I think the fans are going to love him because of the kind of player he is, just the work rate, the direct running, and they came after him. There's a lot of clubs looking for Diego Rossi, but Fenerbahce put the foot down and said, we want him.
Yeah.
He's going to be a big part of our future. So to me, it looks great, on every front.
Well, Champions League is the big thing, right? I think that's what a lot of fans didn't understand. Like, Turkey. Why Turkey? And look, I'm going to tell you this, like, Fenerbahce is probably better than about 6 teams in the Premier League, and then they compete with those 6 teams.
You know who played for Fenerbahce way back in the day?
Who?
Alex, Brazilian playmaker.
Look, I mean, Mesut Ozil's still there.
Yeah.
There's some good names there, but this is perfect for Diego because it's so like Diego to be the first, right? He was the guy that scored the first goal.
Sing it! Sing that
He scored
song!
the first goal against the Sounders. He scored the first goal in the Open Cup. But when you think about the project and what LAFC said from day one was, Bob Bradley's got a plan, Carlos Vela's the cornerstone, but it was this guy. He was the bridge to the future. So he has to be the first to go. That's what I think of. Like, guys, this is the plan working.
Yeah. And you had him for 4 good years.
So a lot of great memories.
So you got value out of him as a club, and now you're getting value in the transfer. They're going to make some money, but it's like the proof of concept to show this will work, so that the players that come up next, and I always visualize it as a conveyor belt. But this has to come off the belt so other things can come on. So new players will come in. They go, oh my God, he went to Fenerbahce, LAFC. They said they're doing what they're saying.
Yeah, and if we talk about results, maybe the conveyor belt got slowed down because of COVID, and that's been some of the reason why the results haven't been great. So this has to happen. If this doesn't happen, there's not the next Diego Rossi. And I think the greatest thing, though, is we've got a lot of great memories with him. So we have those, but now we're going to see more, and him doing it in Europe, and more guys are now going to leave, and we're going to have we're now part of the world's game. That, you and I both know that. Working for LAFC, we always wanted to be part of the world's game. And now this is really proof of concept.
And the world is talking about it because we get to see these articles obviously in Turkish publications, but all throughout Europe because Fenerbahce is a big club. He said, LAFC, Diego Rossi transferring to Fenerbahce for this amount. That's pretty cool. And that shows that we've put some time in for this club and it's starting to grow. And now it's putting players there, or former LAFC players, in very big spots. It's
a big hole to fill, but plans are already in place, I guarantee. Of
course.
John's already thought ahead. This was all part of the plan in the first place.
Well, I think I speak for all LAFC fans when I say thank you once again to Diego for his contributions and passion in black and gold. No doubt the next number 9 for this club has very big boots to fill. In the immediate future, LAFC will need to find a scoring touch from within its own ranks and has taken on a very good Sporting Kansas City side on Friday without Rossi and 4 players who are away on international duty, many of which played some of their best games of the season this past weekend. Let's have a look back at the previous 2 meetings between these two.
Round 1, fight!
Good one, inside on the left foot, and his first goal for LAFC! Shallowy, and Polito! And it's Shallowy! He's done it!
Round 2, fight!
Here, Romero has to come up in Polito! Dragging out Farfan, and it's 2-0 Sporting. Lucy Shallowy! His ball for Kinda! Onside! Rossi, the moose is loose, and he scores!
Congratulations are in order for LAFC fan page news on Instagram. They narrowly defeated me and friend of the show, Cristo Fernandez, last week to win an LAFC signed flag. Danny Rojas, the one and only Danny Rojas. It's a short week this week, but there's still time. Remember, pick one player from each team, comment on 110's social media post before kickoff, and you could win this lovely prize that Max Bredos is holding up right now. Be sure to visit 110football.com for all the details.
This is a LAFC authentic jersey signed by Fenerbahce forward, Diego Rossi. You know, you can put this up on eBay. Is eBay still around?
Of course it is.
You can put this up on eBay, and maybe a fan of Fenerbahce, a diehard who has very deep pockets, will offer you a boatload of money if you want to part with it. Either way, it's a very valuable commodity.
I mean, perfect timing. Perfect timing to get that Diego Rossi gear.
Yes, and Vince, last week you had to beat a beloved actor from Ted Lasso. This week you gotta get past me.
You're not better than Danny Rojas.
Here are my picks. Bite your tongue. So I'll start with the home team. That's LAFC. We know they have been decimated here by international call-ups and the sale of Diego Rossi. This is a game they have to get through. Chicho Arango is a guy who's in the ascendancy. He's going to play. Maybe. He got the goal last time out, an important goal for LAFC.
Well, thanks to Diego Rossi, his last gift to us.
Hooking him up.
It's like, I'm going to get this forward going for you guys.
And that got them going in the second half. So Chicho may be hitting that vein of form that we'd hoped he would when he first arrived, but that's kind of naive to think that. So Chicho Arango's going to get chances. If he gets one goal, that might be enough for LAFC to get something out of here. So one goal could be paramount because Sporting haven't scored a lot lately.
And no Diego, no Brian. He's the go-to guy.
No Diego, no Brian. So for the Sporting Kansas City side, Alan Pulido, several people surprised, including myself, including you.
I'm surprised.
Not with the Mexican national team. Raul Jimenez comes back. Everyone goes down a plug, but Henry Martin apparently ahead of Pulido in the pecking order, which I do not agree with. And I really wish he wasn't here right now from Sporting, but that's the way it is. He's a really good forward. He's going to get chances. LAFC are going to have to defend him very well. But I think, from my perspective here, the chances, the shots on goal will get him some points.
Mexico's loss is Max Bredos' gain.
Pretty much. Not the first time that has been said.
No. I'm going to go ahead and do my players to watch now. I'll start with the home team as well. I'm going with Danny Musovski. Yeah, the Moose is loose. I think he's going to start in this game, right? We're probably thinking he's probably going to start and get some minutes. He was the only one to score against Sporting in that 4-1 loss. But I just need goals to win. I don't necessarily.
Wait, thanks for bringing that game up again.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry, fans. I should have said trigger warning. But Danny's been pretty good. Actually, with Vegas, he's got goals. He's averaging about 1 goal for every 2 games. And he's deadly. Like, he's a finisher, and we need finishers. So if he can get on the end of some.
Yeah, and the guys who've played for the Lions who've come in here have kind of adjusted well. So I think Musovski, and he already has proven that, will follow suit.
Goals anywhere helps your confidence. For Sporting, I have Johnny Russell, a player that probably is still good enough to play for his national team, but Scotland just kind of moved on from.
What national team is that? Is that Trinidad and Tobago? No, it's Scotland.
Yeah, with accents.
In the Euros.
The accents are so similar. But Johnny Russell, he plays on the right. He's quick. He loves to cut in. And without getting too deep into it, LAFC's left side of defense has been.
Thanks for not getting too deep in it. It has been, without saying too much, something that LAFC have to fix.
This players to watch game, guys, is where we have to put our LAFC feelings aside. I'm just about winning. So I think Johnny Russell, unfortunately, is going to have a little bit of joy down that right side, our left side, and he's going to score me some points. And
all right. Well, good luck this week to everyone. Now let's talk some goalkeepers.
Goalkeepers?
That's right.
Let's talk about goalkeepers.
Well, for one, Eli does.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Leave it to Eli to talk about one guy on the pitch in funky colors and silly gloves. That actually checks out.
I was a goalie once.
I rest my case.
Not very nice.
At the start of each season, each club has 8 international roster spots. This means clubs can only have 8 foreign players on their roster. So who would waste an international spot on a foreign goalkeeper? Great big dummy. While America isn't known to produce the best men's soccer players in the world, for some odd reason, the US has always produced high-level goalkeepers. He's about to list stuff. Tim Howard, Casey Keller, Brad Friedel, and Nick Rimando. No, goalkeeper is not a top-heavy position. It runs deep. Here comes the curveball. An MLS club can always find a decent goalkeeper for cheap, and oftentimes, those keepers become MLS greats. Best example, Tim Melia. Here comes the backstory. Tim Melia used to be part of the MLS Pool Goalkeeper program, a program where goalkeepers have have signed MLS contracts but are not assigned to a team until a club is in desperate need of one. Melia swam in that pool till he joined Sporting KC in 2015, and by 2017, he won Goalkeeper of the Year. I need more evidence. Fine. Austin FC brought in Brad Stuber, who is leading the league with 4.3 saves per game, and Nashville added Joe Willis, who has more clean sheets this season than Bed Bath & Beyond. But the goalkeeper I'd argue is the best in the league right now is Matt Turner of New England. So now you want to argue? Why is he the best? His shot-stopping ability just led the U.S. to their first Gold Cup title since 2017 and first over Mexico since 2007. Wow. Wow is right. Sure, there are a few elite goalkeepers who occupy international spots like, but imagine what those clubs could have done with their international spot if they used it on a different position like an attacker. It'd be like winning a new car.
Good stuff, Eli. And on that note, we are out of time, Vince. The end of a very bittersweet show. Bitter because we had to part ways with many people's favorite, your favorite.
Greatest number 9 of all time in LAFC history.
Really, Mr. LAFC. Well, everything Carlos Vela's done, but it was his only major club after coming from Peñarol. So it was also very sweet because this is the way the club wants to operate. Now we can watch Diego playing for Fenerbahce in Europa League, one day in Champions League. And the most exciting part of it all, Vince, now we get to see who fills that DP
Crank
void.
up that conveyor belt. Let's
Turn
go.
those machines back on! Sorry, that was.
That was a lot.
What are you be doing this week? A little trading, please.
I, of course, will be at the bank on Friday night, the Friday night before holiday weekend. I'm going to be hosting the virtual tailgate on the LAFC app before SKC. And then we'll come back, as we always do, instant reaction on 110 Football's YouTube page. Holiday weekend. Wait, what are you going to be doing?
A whole lot of everything. Friday night football, get out to the beach, ride your bike, spend some family time. You don't have to work Monday, so it's going to be a lot of maxing and relaxing, as we like to say on the show.
Thanks for the invite.
Don't worry about it.
Speaking of weekends, are we not excited to see half of the LV Light squad playing for LAFC?
Why not, man? Maybe not half.
Symmetry, brother.
All I want to know is, will the llama be there, and will he poop on the field?
It's a great question.
Jay, what's up?
It's Diego, bro. I mean, I can't stop thinking about all the times that we've had together, like flashbacks to all the memories that we shared, and realizing that they'll never happen again.
You realize he just transferred to Turkey, right? I mean, he's not dead.
What's the difference?
Hey guys, hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and touch the bell. No one knows what it does, but it seems provocative.